Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. My name is Geeky Gaia. Today we are going to be going over episode 20 of Yashahime. I absolutely loved this episode. Not only was the pacing of this episode really done well, but also the character development for Setsuna was also done very well, and I really appreciated how much she has grown in this episode. And in just one episode, we actually got a lot of information from her and about her. Without further ado, guys, let's break down this episode. So the episode begins with Toa and Setsuna making their way over to this hidden valley area where Setsuna tells her that this is the place where she was raised by a bat demon known as Shiori. Shiori, of course, as we recall, was the little bat demon that created very powerful barriers when we met her in the original Inuyasha series. So Setsuna tells Toa, a little after the fire that broke them apart, she was still there after the fire had settled and was met up by a demon whom we know as Aun. And Aun, also accompanied by a hidden Jokin, told Setsuna to not be afraid and to hop on. So Setsuna hops onto Aun. So Aun takes Setsuna up to the barrier where Shiori and a couple of other half-demons meet Setsuna. Setsuna passes over this note to Shiori which says, "Protect her," which I have a feeling this is probably a note most likely sent by Jokin, but most likely sent by Sesshomaru. And throughout the years, Setsuna keeps getting these various notes and even a dagger. The first note she receives with the dagger basically tells her to cut down trees, and the second note that follows is to cut through water. Basically, I have a feeling that these notes definitely are probably coming from Sesshomaru just as a way to help Setsuna train while she was growing up and in this village. By the way, I absolutely appreciated that not only is Shiori protecting and taking care of all of these half-demons, but she is also teaching them how to read, to write, and to also contribute to the little hidden village here as well, by giving supplies and mainly food. Continuing on with the episode, Setsuna receives her last note and Shiori reads it out. Basically, it says that it's time for Setsuna to return to the village where she was born. Although Setsuna is a little reluctant at first, she does get convinced by Shiori that it is her birthplace where she came from, and even though she's going back to humans and she is a half-demon, she can at least be around humans. Which is also where we pick up from the flashback where Setsuna meets Kaede. Sometime later, though, we find out that Setsuna's stay in the village is not very long because she does encounter two human bandits that try to attack her, and because of this strain between humans or demons against half-demons, this basically changes Setsuna's mind and she returns to the half-demon village. Some years later, we have Setsuna just a little bit older. We also meet a moth demon by the name of Gaga Gozen. Gaga Gozen basically finds out a weakness for Shiori, that she loses her powers on a day of a solar eclipse. Moroku and an unexpected appearance from Hachi also overhears this little tidbit, and even though Hachi is the one that advises not to go into this battle, Moroku does so anyways. The battle that happens between the various demons, Gaga Gozen and the half-demons actually do pretty well and defeat all the other various demons in this battle, but as it turns out, Gaga Gozen is quite a formidable foe, even for Moroku. Setsuna tries to go after Gaga Gozen, but is unfortunately entrapped in one of his silk, and he tries to go after the human Shiori and the other half-demons, but before that happens, Setsuna transforms into her full demon. She very easily takes care of and gets rid of Gaga Gozen, splitting him into many pieces, and then turns on Moroku. Unfortunately, Moroku's strength and Shiori's words are not able to get to her, so Moroku subdues Setsuna with a sleeping powder that he uses from the Demon Slayer's most likely Sango, and it works. While Setsuna is unconscious, Moroku decides to take the Naginata that was originally Gaga Gozen, that we now know is Setsuna's Naginata that she used throughout the series. He says he will put a spell on Setsuna to keep her demon blood at bay, using the sword as a median, which is very similar basically to Inuyasha and Tetsaiga. The only difference is, and I'm very curious to know, is if the naginata that Setsuna has is being protected with a spell. So if she lets go of the naginata, does that mean that she can transform, or is it just the spell alone is protecting her? While in Inuyasha's case, if he was to let go of Tetsaiga, he could potentially transform into his demon form. So I'm kind of interested to see if that little dynamic will probably be seen throughout the series. Probably. Continuing on, Setsuna regains consciousness and Shiori tells her since she is strong enough to defend herself, she is no longer necessarily needed to stay in the half-demon village. Going back to present day with Towa and Setsuna, they are confronted by two demons that are trying to go after the half-demons, but very easily Setsuna is able to thwart these two demons and they take off. Good choice. I really liked the dynamic here with Setsuna because like I said in the beginning, in a very short amount of time, we learn a lot about Setsuna's character. And in this little portion of the episode where she actually just kind of roughhouses with the demons in the end, it really goes to show how much she has changed over the years. Back when she was little in Kaede's village, she basically was going after the humans and was willing to kill them. But then in this present day, most likely because of Towa's influence, she no longer is going after the demons just to kill them. Despite their hatred against half-demons, I thought that was really cool to see for Setsuna. This was a really nice little dynamic for her. The episode basically ends with Towa and Setsuna taking off into the sky, leaving the area. And as the camera pans away, we see Shiori at the top of the hill, thanking Setsuna for what she has done. That is basically episode 20, you guys. I absolutely 100%, I can definitely say that this episode was probably at least in the top 5, top 3 for this series. It was very well done. Like I said, the pacing was perfect because we've noticed that throughout this season, especially towards the end, that it seems to be very quick. We're picking up the pace and almost hitting the ground running with this series. To see this episode, it was kind of like reminiscing old Inuyasha episodes. It was very well done. I was super proud of this episode, and it was really great to see Shiori in this. I hope in the end, though, I was kind of a little disappointed that Towa didn't get to at least meet Shiori. I was kind of thinking that was going to happen. They almost kind of led into that, but it never happened. So there is a possibility that Towa may be able to meet Shiori in future episodes. I hope so. That would be really, really cool. That's the end of this episode, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. Comment down below, what did you guys think of this episode? What was your favorite parts of this episode? And if you guys do want more geeky content like this, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help my channel, and I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget who loves you.